FTX executive. FTX is the loud company that was
The crypto exchange.
Crypto exchange that
Yeah.
turned out to be the fraud one. I think last year it was.
I think so.
FTX former executive. He made a weird update in LinkedIn profile as he began his prison sentence following the collapse of this cryptocurrency exchange. In his LinkedIn, he made a new job announcement where he said that he is happy and proud to start a new job of being inmate in the prison. More than that, his announcement got a lot of reactions, and people started saying, "Congratulations with a new job. They will be lucky to have you. Good luck on your new workspace." So, my question to you, is LinkedIn still a useful tool, useful social network, or has it become a pure cringy Vanity Fair?
Yeah, it's a very good question. I use LinkedIn a lot. So at first, I was actually thinking of saying that it is more of a sort of vanity. I mean, look, when we go onto LinkedIn, what do we see? At least sort of on the surface, it's like social media. It's a lot of nonsense posts. It's a lot of people just sort of promoting themselves for no reason. I read all the time all these, aggrandizing posts. Oh, look at this journey I went on. I'm sorry, honestly, I don't care. I don't think most people care. You're on LinkedIn for a reason. You're on LinkedIn to, again, have some sort of, whether it's professional success, business connections, things like that. So I think LinkedIn does have that issue where it's become too social media-ized, so to speak. That being said, and the more I thought about it, LinkedIn is actually still extremely valuable from my perspective. And I don't think these sort of individual stories actually damage or take away from the actual core value of the website, of the app, of the company. So a couple of things, for example, that I've used it for in the past and how I benefited. Obviously, you can use it to apply for jobs. Where else? I mean, you do have other websites, Indeed, a bunch of other ones where you can apply for jobs, fine. But I think the user interface around that is really good. It's really easy to apply for jobs. I think what's really great about it as well, obviously you got the built-in CV, right? So you can immediately and easily check on anybody's CV. You get all the up-to-date information as to where they worked, how long they worked, what position they had, what their skill set is, all of that, which is great. And then obviously the connections element. So I use the connections all the time. So, I mean, you know what I do for work, for example, on the sales side. So I need to be contacting different clients, see who the right person to contact is, figure out how to form these connections. And LinkedIn is phenomenal for that. There really is no replacement. There's nothing else like it. The alternative really is just doing research online or cold calling, which is, I mean, it's not even close to what LinkedIn can do. Again, I've gotten job offers from LinkedIn. So again, it sort of is, I think it's a requirement, in my opinion, for 21st century, for the 21st century workplace. You must have a LinkedIn. You must have it updated. You must use it. I think it's actually a necessity, a bit like Instagram or Facebook is somehow a social necessity. I think LinkedIn is a business and professional necessity. Some of the stats I read as well from LinkedIn is that 87% of recruiters use LinkedIn to vet or sort of scout candidates. So the entire recruiting industry is clearly seeing a lot of value in it.
Of course.
So I think that's important. LinkedIn also says that people who post 5 or more skills on their sort of individual skill question are 33 times more likely to get contacted by a recruiter, 17 times more likely to get profile views. So from that perspective, I think if people have LinkedIn, the most important thing is to use it properly, which is don't use it for scrolling. I mean, you want scrolling, you go to Instagram, you go somewhere else. Don't focus on the nonsense like this guy who apparently people are commenting and congratulating him for his prison sentence. Fine. But there actually is tremendous core benefit to LinkedIn as a platform. So I think this story, while at first sort of jumps out and reminds me of all the downsides of LinkedIn, to me, it still doesn't take away whatsoever of how powerful and useful that app is in the modern workplace. But what's your take on that?
Okay. I think we agreeing too much today.
A lot of agreement.
Yes. When I first read this news again, I remember about all the downsides again. And also I remember that recently there was a guy who said, I just made a proposal. And that's what it taught me about B2B sales. And he was actually like standing on his knee with the ringer with the ring in his hand. And he said, like, I made a proposal, and that's what it taught me about B2B sales. Like, okay, when you have all this trash, but at the same time, I think LinkedIn is the most useful tool for business communications today. So first of all, it has 830 million users. And this is the only social network with that amount of users that has actually the purpose. So when you go there, you go on purpose. Like Facebook or Instagram, they're multi-purpose network. You can do whatever you want. You can post pictures. You can run the book club, or like you can run the community, or you can just, I don't know, show off about your family or something like that, or your travel, whatever. LinkedIn, yes, you can show off of your professional journey, you can show off your travel, but basically this is the social network that has the purpose in mind. And I think this is the greatest asset of LinkedIn. It was intent, like when you sign up on LinkedIn, you do it on purpose. You do it with some particular objective in your head, right? So personally, I managed to get like 4 good job offers from LinkedIn while I was outside UAE. I got them in the UAE. So basically, I found it super useful. Then I actually helped like 10 people to get the interviews and the offers when I coached them how to increase and improve their LinkedIn profiles. So again, I totally agree with you when you say that it's the tool, and we should not blame the tool. We should blame the users. If you don't like how the tool is being used, it's all about the users and the manuals. It's not about the tool itself. Again, there might be something where I said that LinkedIn might lose its purpose in the way it is developing. So what I'm saying is, initially, what you had there? You had the connections, you had the messaging, and you had the posts and the announcements and about your new job, your new journey, and promotions and so on. But then they added the creator mode where you can write the long reads. They added the short videos, same way as in Instagram Reels or TikTok. You can post the same videos over there, and the algorithm actually pushes this forward. Then they added the carousels, where you can add the PDF style slide, like presentation style pictures over there. And again, the algorithm pushes this as a new tools. So that, I think, might slightly kind of like deviate the purpose. And I think this what makes a lot of people, a lot of users thinking that it's a Vanity Fair and it's just like another place where you can show off. However, again, if you know the algorithm pushes it, it gives you the opportunity to use the purpose of the social network to promote yourself, to get yourself more contacts, you get yourself more job interviews, more business contacts, like the same way you use it. So I think actually it's a great tool, and we should not blame the tool, but we should blame the users if we don't like it, and we should use it purposefully, and we should use it smartly.
Totally agree. I think, again, LinkedIn's issue, don't go the Instagram route.
Right.
Don't be overly focused on the social media component. When you're on LinkedIn, you're not on LinkedIn to browse, to scroll, anything like that. Again, and I think the worst, and so I went onto LinkedIn right before when you gave me the question, just to sort of see what my initial impression is. Again, I go on it a lot, but to think about it a little bit more in depth. And again, social media heavy, a lot of ads that are completely irrelevant to why I'm on the app, and a lot of peacocking. So like everybody just sort of self-aggrandizing, self-promoting, all of this stuff. And it's just like, okay, it's not Instagram. So leave that for Instagram. I think that actually takes away from the app's experience. But as you said, if you use the app properly, the core value is still tremendous. It's still it's still a required part, I think, of 21st century business. LinkedIn is a critical component. It's a mandatory component. So yeah, we agree on that. We agreed a lot today.
Yeah, we agreed a lot. Yeah.